Days of Our Lives spoilers, Chanel finds out she's pregnant. Keeps baby news from Johnny. Brady and Tate's united front. Ava wants the truth. Julie leans on Doug. Lady Whistleblower imposter revealed. Hattie back on body and soul. Greetings to all Days of Our Lives fans. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates. Days of Our Lives spoilers note that Chanel DiMera is currently enraged at Johnny DiMera. The truth came out about his drunken night with Joy Wesley, and while the two only kissed, Chanel is still very upset about being lied to for so many months by both Johnny and Joy. She lashed out at Joy during the Monday, January 6 episode and refuses to talk to Johnny. She also dropped a major bombshell during the close of Monday's show by quitting Body and Soul. Still, she had quite the bombshell thrown at her during her confrontation with Joy. Chanel found out that her father-in-law, E.J. DiMera, offered Joy money to leave town for good at one point, which upset her that much more. Rewind to New Year's Eve, before party guests arrived at the DiMera mansion, and before Johnny and Joy's secret got out. Day spoilers remind fans that Chanel and Johnny did the deed. As fans know, the two had a surprise pregnancy once, and as they were likely not careful on NYE, could they have another unexpected pregnancy? Still, now that they are having issues in their marriage, how would Chanel feel about carrying Johnny's baby? It's unlikely that she'd terminate the pregnancy, as she was against that the last time around. However, she may keep things to herself for the time being. After all, knowing that EJ meddled in her marriage by trying to pay Joy off likely threw Chanel for a loop. She's always known the DiMeras were toxic, but if she also finds out Johnny knew about what his dad did and was okay with it, the entire situation could have her thinking over the idea of raising the baby in that environment. Days of Our Lives spoilers suggest if Chanel were to find out she was expecting, would she decide to keep the baby's paternity to herself? Would she contemplate fleeing town? Maybe she would lie to Johnny and fake a one-night stand with a stranger to keep her baby safe from the drama the DiMeras bring. Days of Our Lives spoilers Wednesday, January 8. Brady and Tate's united front. Ava wants the truth. Julie leans on Doug. Days of Our Lives spoilers for Tuesday, January 7, promise some plot twists in the land of Salem. First off, Brady Black and his son Tate Black will present a united front, and it sounds like this has to do with Amy Choi's notion that Tate and her daughter Sophia Choi should get married, now that she is expecting their baby. Will Brady and Tate be able to talk some sense into Amy, or will they feel pressured into this? Speaking of Sophia, she'll have a run-in with Holly Jonas, and it sounds like Sophia will offer a little update on how things are going between her and Tate. Will Sophia cause more issues in their relationship? Across town, Ava Vitali will want the truth from Kristen DiMera, and it sounds like she wants to get to the bottom of all those odd text messages she was receiving. All arrows seem to be pointing toward Kristen as the perpetrator. However, it'll end up being Rachel Black. How will Kristen come up with a punishment for Rachel, when she's been guilty of doing the same in the past? Lastly, when Julie Williams needs support, Doug Williams' Iva will be there to lend a hand. Days of Our Lives spoilers say while Doug 3.0 does seem shady, is there more than meets the eye? He may just be a good guy, stuck in a bad situation, so fans will need to stay tuned to the soap to see what happens next in this storyline. Days of Our Lives Tuesday, January 7 recap. Lady Whistleblower imposter revealed. Hattie back on body and soul. Days of Our Lives spoilers recap for Tuesday, January 7. Note the show opens with Leo Stark and Joy Wesley in the town square. The topic turns to Joy's face-off with Chanel DiMera, and Joy worries that the Lady Whistleblower imposter may get to the news about what happened between her and Johnny DiMera. Leo assured her it wouldn't, which is a clear indication that it likely will. Leo walks off and bumps into Javi Hernandez. The two talk things over and decide to start fresh and become friends. Leo apologizes to Javi about accusing him of being LVV, while Javi says it's all water on the bridge. Just as they shake on it, Carrie walks by, and seems a little upset that Javi is with Leo. Javi tells him they've agreed to let bygones be bygones, and that he and Leo are friends now. Carrie didn't seem overly pleased by this, but the two headed off to catch up, as Carrie had been out of town during the holiday season. Across town, Stephanie Johnson is reading the latest LWB column in her home, horrified, when Abe Carver drops by. He orders his PR person to get down to the bottom of who's behind these articles, so Stephanie heads off to go visit Chad Demira. Once she arrives at the Horton house, and after some small talk, Abigail implores Chad to reveal the identity of LWB. After all, they are an employee of The Spectator. He refuses, but she points out that the ratings could plummet, and he'd be helping out his friends. After much discussion, Chad gives in to Stephanie's demands, hops on his computer, and tries to find more information on his Spectator employee. All they can find is payroll information linking him to Rochester. Fast forward, Javi asks Carrie what he's in the mood for to eat, and how his holidays in Rochester were. After Javi leaves the room to prepare things, Carrie uploads more content to his LWB blog, confirming he's the culprit after Leo. Over at Body and Soul, Abe arrives in the offices to hear Channel declare she's quitting. Abe objects to this. However, Johnny states that she doesn't have to leave the show and that he's quitting. Abe makes it crystal clear that neither of them are leaving the show. Abe points out that Chanel has a contract, where Johnny points out that Abe can't really sue his daughter-in-law. In the end, Johnny points out that Abe can find a new director, but they can't find a new Faith. Regardless, Chanel doesn't want to work with Joy and has made up her mind. She storms out as Abe and Johnny wonder what to do. Meanwhile, Alex Kyriakis meets up with Joy in Brady's pub and gives her a nice encouraging speech. It's a brand new year, and it's time for her to move forward, and Joy declares that there's not much more she can do when it comes to Chanel, as she did apologize. So if Chanel hates Joy, then so be it. Joy takes off, just as Chanel enters the pub. She breaks down in Alex's arms, crying that her marriage and career are over. Over at the Kyriakis mansion, Hattie Adams visits her old friend Bonnie Kyriakis, and while they banter at first, the two break down and admit they missed each other. They both forgive each other for their recent indiscretions and decide to be friends again. Bon Bon states that now that they are friends again, she can help Hattie get her old job back at Body and Soul. It turns out that Leo wrote an arc to help resurrect Charlemagne de la Croix, and the two ladies head over to see Body and Soul's head writer, and if he can make it official. After Hattie swears on the Body and Soul storyline Bible that she's not LWB, Leo joyfully declares that Charlemagne can return to the soap, and the three celebrate with a hug. Days of Our Lives spoilers state that Body and Soul's days are numbered, but at least fans now know who's behind the LWB blogs. But will anyone else figure it out? Only time will tell. Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.